In today's video, I want to talk about 5 things that we can learn, 5 characteristics that we can learn from successful athletes that make the difference. In case you're new here, welcome. My name is Steven. In case you've been here before, welcome back. I help athletes become mentally strong and successful, and over time I've met so many athletes. During my time as an athlete myself, as a tennis player, I used to play competitive tennis, as well as later as a tennis coach and then as a mental coach, what I've been doing for more than 10 years now. And you can clearly see the difference between, let's say, a middle class athlete and a top athlete. And today I want to have a closer look at 5 characteristics that, from my point of view, are a clear indicator that we are dealing with a very successful athlete. In case you like the content, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and now let's dive into the 5 key characteristics. Number 1, from my point of view, is clearly focus. Successful athletes know exactly where they want to go. And what they have is a clear vision. So this could be a couple of years away from now, but they know exactly what they want to reach, what their personal peak looks like. And they have set some milestones on the way to the peak so that they don't lose motivation, they don't lose the focus, and that they can keep up with their discipline. And by adding some milestones, they know exactly actually what the next milestone is and what they need to do. So what they then define is an action plan. So they have some clear indicators. They know what they need to do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. And then, for example, the next milestone is maybe 3 months away. They know exactly what to focus on. They know that they need to prioritize also. And then they move on and get the things done. And after 3 months, they see if they've reached the milestone, but they've definitely moved towards the milestone and the long-term vision. The second point that makes the difference actually when it comes to very successful athletes is consistency and motivation, the intrinsic motivation. So the motivation that comes from inside, the fire that's burning for something. So what they are doing, their sports, for example, then in this case, or maybe someone else, it's for the playing piano, or someone loves his or her job like I do. I love my job as a mental coach, so I burn for that. And so for them, actually, it's pretty simple to build up this consistency because they have set the vision, they have a clear vision, they know where they want to go, and now they know they need to take action on a daily basis, get the things done, so have the daily routines and be consistent in what they do, because the most successful athletes know exactly consistency is key to be successful, if they want to be successful. And it doesn't matter if it's in sports or if it is in learning a language or riding a bike or learning the piano or being an expert in writing a book. They know they need these regular repetitions. They know exactly that's the key, and not talent in the first place. It's more the talent of having the willpower and the consistency, the discipline to reach their goals and their long-term vision. The third thing I think makes the difference when talking about successful athletes is the determination. So they don't only know what they want to achieve, but they also know why they want to achieve it. When talking about determination, it has, from my point of view, also a lot to do with, on the other side, procrastination. So a determined athlete, he he finds it pretty easy in comparison to others, to average athletes, let's say, to avoid procrastination, because he knows exactly, hey, if I procrastinate now and I don't do what I need to do, get my things done, do my training, etc., then I won't be able to reach my next milestone on time, or I won't reach my long-term vision. And the more often I procrastinate, the bigger the gap becomes, maybe in comparison to my competitors, because they don't procrastinate and I need to be more determined. So I need to be more focused and have this consistency. So it comes everything together. But this determination is incredibly important and is something that the most successful athletes definitely have. The fourth point from my point of view is resilience. Even the most successful athletes have definitely experienced plenty of setbacks during their career, maybe injuries, maybe some defeats, some losses, maybe an opponent that cheated on him or her, or some difficult opponents in general, some pain. And that's a huge advantage actually that especially the most successful athletes have over others, and this is a huge thing also for life actually. I mean, the more resilient we are, I'd say the easier we find it probably to overcome obstacles, challenges, crises in life, and that's part of the game, that's part of life. I mean, we all have to face some challenges and some setbacks at some point in life, and it's just a question then, how are we able to handle them, these situations, or are they going to break us, or is it something that makes us even stronger than before? And that's something that comes with competitive sports. You don't have a choice actually. If you want to compete, if you want to be successful, if you want to improve, you will be facing challenges and setbacks all the time, and then it's about building up resilience. So I think the most successful athletes, when I think of a couple like, to be honest, I talk quite regularly of him, because I think he's just such a role model, is Rafael Nadal. I mean, when you look at him, the way he's been playing over the years, how successful he was, but also how humble at the same time, and resilient. I mean, even in matches, in tournaments where you could see that he was injured at to some degree, he still fought back. He gave everything he had, and I mean, in the end, he didn't always win, but he gave everything he had, and I think that shows how big or how resilient actually this guy was during his career, and this will be something he will be able to benefit from also in the rest of his life in the future. And last but not least, the fifth point from my point of view is that the most successful athletes, they don't fall into the trap of being goal-oriented or driven. Instead, they focus on the process. So they know exactly, they can set the highest goals and the brightest visions and everything. But if they don't do their reps on a daily basis, if they don't focus on the process in the first instance, they will never be able to reach their vision or their milestones and goals. And so for that is something you can maybe also take away for your life. Focus, set your goals, have a clear vision, but then focus on what you have influence on, because you don't have any influence actually in the long if you're gonna reach the vision in the long run, but you have a absolute 100%. You have it in your hands if you do your training on a daily basis, if you do your repetitions, if you avoid procrastination, if you are determined, if you do have the willpower. And so focus. So learn from the pros, learn from the best, and be more process oriented than goal oriented. So in case you would like to get to know more about mental strength and how you can improve your mental fitness, feel free to get in touch with me via the Tidecare link in the video description. Let me also know in the comment section below what you think are the most important characteristics that you need to have when you want to be successful in sports or in life general. I'd be very interested. I wish you all the best now on your way to your personal peak. Thank you for watching and see you in one of my next videos. All the best. Bye.